No other animal can do it. No other animal can think of death. Only you and I can think of death. In that death, I don't even know whether I go back home alive. But the sheer vision of wanting to be tomorrow is what drives the human being on. And I believe in the perfection of architecture, this is epitomized at the highest level. I'm glad many of you joined architecture with guts. Some of you have joined like me. When we joined, I didn't know why I joined architecture. Let me be very frank. I've shared this thought with many. I joined it because my father promised me a motorcycle if I joined architecture. And if I joined the engineering college, which I was very good at mechanics, he said he had to pay a capitation fees. I said, why do you want to pay the capitation fees? Give me the motorcycle. So the motorcycle won. 5 years, I didn't know what I did. But I must, few things when you put it across, hope you have the patience to listen. I came across a phenomenal person in my second year called Sheila Trapp. She was a British counsel, wife of the British consul. She was an architect. She would spend her Tuesdays and Wednesdays, I'm not sure, to teach us design. She was an extremely beautiful woman too, so we made sure that she was an English lady. Very sexy woman. But she taught me the guts to begin, because she would see me sketching, putting. Most of the other teachers and professors would not even look at my drawings. One day she said, I still remember the particular scheme in design, common purpose or something. All the grade students, the first number category, everybody came up with drawings, perspectives, sketches and everything. And she said, where's yours? I said, madam, it's in that drawer. She said, what is it? I said, it's quite heavy. I had just done a clay model of what I thought should be the design. She said, why didn't you make a drawing? I said, ma'am, I just couldn't know how to draw this. She said, make me walk around the place. I walked around the place, the clay model, because we didn't have 3Ds and your high-tech stuff like you people have to teach. I walked around the place. After that, I didn't know, I thought, when we all said actually, it come quietly behind me. If you have the patience and the vigilance and the ability to continue what you're doing this way, one day you will make it. That gave me tremendous courage. Next, if I go home, it happened almost the same year. I must share these 3-4 things with you. My brother came and present my birthday. He said, there was a particular book I wanted to present you, but I couldn't give it to you. He gave me a big fat book called Atlas Shrugged. My little knowledge of what was, I said, Ramchandra, I don't want an atlas, I shrunk. I didn't even know what the book was. I kept it aside. 2 days later he came back, did you read it? I said, no. But he said, now I found the book, I wanted to give it to you. He gave me Fountainhead. And what's here in the old words. That and this changed my world. To me, I wrote to Ayn Rand. In those days, no emails and something. If I write a letter, it will take 2 months for the reply to come. And after 2 months, you will have to buy the book, which means I'm going to go and get the foreign exchange for 20 rupees, 50 rupees. India was a dire country. We didn't even have $1 in our hands. If I had $2, I'd be in prison like Rata. Right? That transformed my very aspect of thinking. Even today, any student who walks around in my office and stays with me for more than 2 weeks, get it. The novel, the Bible, the Gita, the Quran, which is fountainhead. They get it. And I believe every project I've done, when I'm in doubt, I just flip a page and the answer is there. Then the next step that inspired me was, during these readings, I had one Professor Ryder made me sketch of things and study. Simplicity, then studying the Parthenon, studying there. Then came a simple house called the Farnsworth House. That was by Mies van der Rohe. That inspired me a lot. I don't know what got into me that night. I just wrote a letter saying, "Dear Mies," imagine a student, the second, third year student writing to that super great man. I saw this picture, this photograph. I was truly inspired. Would you believe me? Within 1 month, the postman knocks on the door, and there's this book, sent the words of Mies van der Rohe. I was stuck. But typical of me, as in the thing opened the book, the letter was from his secretary. Mies acknowledges your presence and sends you this thing as a person appreciating his works. I sent a simple line back, "But you deprived me of your autograph." Would you believe me? Within a month, I get a little envelope, Mies van der Rohe, inside one sheet, Mies van der Rohe. I said, "God, Superman had the time to go through each letter and send it." I mean, that made an architect. That makes the difference. Then came the chance meeting the Butte because of Buckminster Fuller at the airport, not knowing who the hell he was. Who is this old man sitting next to me, stretching around, watching him talking about. He was talking about space frames, and he said matchsticks and space frames. In the end, he said, "Thank you, young man," because I was asked with the tourism department, somebody is sitting in the airport, he needs company, will you go and sit with him? So it's better. In the end, he says, "Thank you for meeting," started talking about lots of things, tetrahedrons, enjoyed, all went above my head. In the end, he said, "Thank you very much. Go and give him, he can keep my card." I met this card. I said, "I've been sitting for 1.5 hours with this man. No wonder he was talking." That became another flavor. To a point, we did an assignment as soon as we started an office. Before people or anybody even knew what the concept of tetrahedrons and flames were. That one is an award. Only thing they said, "Will you come and direct it?" These idiots worked with me on that. Make it possible. We said, "We only design, we don't know how to put it together." And the great man here said, "We won't call it the cube, we will call it the Butte." Would you believe it? Even today, it's called the Butte all over. Yes, I went to Italy, I went to Austria, I went to US. They call it the Butte. I was amazed that the word is gone. These are things that inspire you very, very often. And meeting finally, this epitomized again in 1972-73, meeting another great man, not who the hell he was, and learning organic architecture through its absolute final delivery was Geoffrey Burton. I don't know, one day he came and sat in my office, somebody said, "This man has been thrown out of Ceylon, he's sitting with you, doing something with him." Tall, solid. I said, "Who are you?" I didn't know, I was busy with my work, something. I said, "Since my landlord had asked me to look after you, look after you." I took him Spencer's, he would take me to all places. This is where I discovered architecture lies in every detail, which he said then. And he said, "Now look at this." And there's architecture. I looked at it. That's why I asked you youngsters in the morning, when you look at your hand, when you look at your sketch, when you look at anything, it is architecture. How do you realize that? I still remember, we went to Moore Market, which was the old place in Chennai. He said, "What is that?" I said, "Sir, Baba, that is a dustbin. Can you pick up 2?" We picked up the 2 of them. Then we were doing a hotel renovation for Spencer's. He said, don't show it to anybody, bring it in. Then on the way, he said, stop the car. I said, what is that? I said, that's the lungi which holy people wear. He said, buy some colourful ones. You bought it. Then on the way, we bought something else. Children were brought back, put it back, quietly pushed back into the room, got one of the girls, people who were looking after, redid the whole thing, redressed the thing into a waste paper basket, the other one into a bed canopy, and then pushed it in. I said, put some tassels, put all this. I said, don't tell them where we got it, what it is.
500 here.
I hope it's not a call from me. Then, when we called the general manager, he said, it's absolutely beautiful, but this is very expensive. How to tell him this cost is nothing? He said, keep quiet, let's charge half of what he's asking us to pay. Would you believe that was a journey of a man unbelievable. You should read their works, study the works. Then it made me go on to Ceylon and see his hotels. Even today, Peng Architects, ladies and gentlemen, here, they're the finest hotels ever designed in the world. All that we see everywhere is rubbish. Those 5-6 hotels inspire me to such instinct. Simple, absolute simplicity. To be simple, very, very difficult in architecture. That journey pushed me on to many other journeys going abroad. And another last thing before I forget, which I was talking to your chairman and things, you must learn to understand the other disciplines that make your architecture possible. Especially your structural engineers, your HVAC people, your acoustics people, your people who understand materials, and then every other aspect, including the lawyers. Otherwise you'll be in jail. Your building will fall. I won't share that other experience with you another time. Some of them knew when 3 of my buildings collapsed, when the great Infosys building collapsed. I was almost enraged till somebody said, you did not fail. I'll give you the story. And the judge should be, no, he delivered what he asked. You people didn't have to put it together. It was an amazing recovery state. It shows you need the courage. I could have been insane. Probably I am sometimes. But but it's important to think beyond the norm. You will find the world of architecture opens to you unbelievable. But it is a struggle, and a struggle with every second, minute. I can't share. I'm going to ask Murli permission because I'm very emotional at this point, but this is not pure emotion, behind heavy rationality behind it. You're one of the first to acknowledge the thing. I've been keeping quiet, I don't know, following it in. I want to, from the Fountainhead side, to acknowledge the presence of architecture in this fabulous surroundings. A small award from Fountainhead to you students every year for a particular subject, the details of which I work with the director. That's all. I'm the thing.
Thank you very much, sir. I now request Professor Solomon Velamuthu, the Director, to address the gathering and also to
Dignitaries on and off the days, especially invitees, fellow architects, most of all, students of Mechanics, School of Architecture. I think I've been assigned two of the most difficult tasks this evening. One is to speak after Jason, and secondly to introduce somebody who's at the helm of affairs, of the apex body which governs architecture education and profession. But before that, I want to at the outset first congratulate the man of the match, Jason. I did not know Jason when I was studying. But I was fortunate to hear about him from Jasper, because Jasper was the cause for me to join architecture. So indirectly, perhaps Jason also plays a role there. But then when I met Jason, he's 10 years older than me. I have to say this because I look older than him. When I met Jason, it was not like, Sir Jason, or, etc. It was just call me like Jason. That's about it. I'm still calling him Jason.
He doesn't grow.
He cannot grow. But we grow because of him. But before I get on with my second task, which is the most difficult one, I would like to first acknowledge the presence of the architects who have come simply because we call them. But then, it's even more gratifying because most of them are my classmates. The batch of the summer of '72. Yes. 6 of us are here, I think. Or more than 6, I don't know. I see architects can't count. But then I'm really, really happy that these guys are here. Because I know if you invite an architect, you can be almost cocksure that he's not going to come. Because when I invite an architect, he doesn't say, I'm not going to come. He'll say, yes, sure, Swadhi. That everybody says the same. Because that's how an architect is. He's never negative. It's not that he doesn't want to come, he wants to come. And he tells with all his heart that he's coming. But then he forgets about it after. I don't know whether I do it to others. But then I'm very fortunate because every time I've called, at least 10% have come. And these 10% are very, very close to me. Not only my classmates. Of course, my classmates are mates with a lot of class. That's why I told Professor Sohan. He said, is it a batch reunion? And I said, yes, a classmate reunion. But then more than classmates, even my seniors like K.J. Peter and Raghu and Jasper, these guys have responded with all their heart and they are here. I'm extremely, extremely thankful to them. And the least I can do is welcome them with flowers. I don't know how many flowers Betty has arranged here for them. But if I miss out anybody, please forgive me. Or stand up and say, where's my flower song? I'll give it to you. Firstly, I'd like to acknowledge Jasper Dawson. K.J. Peter. Peter was my partner a long time. He's still my partner. They are a family of architects. His son is an architect, my student and his daughter is also an architect. I don't know how he manages. Raghu. Mohan Raj. Simple. Daring and dynamic, gracious and gritty, eloquent and endearing, inimitable and inspiring are the adjectives that I will use if I have to successfully, justly, truly, and effectively describe Professor Vijay Soni simply. He was the head and the director of our School of Architecture in Nashik for 16 years and 10 months. Right? Now he heads another school. Of course, that's managed by a lawyer. And it's one of the best schools. See, I was discussing architectural education with some of my seniors. In my opinion, most of the subjects people study architecture in Anna University syllabus is irrelevant. I mean, you respect it. But then there are schools outside Tamil Nadu which just do what they have to do. And